Hello everyone. I'm going to talk a little bit about fractional coins today because Addicted to Minis did a video about it. And he was talking about these half dimes, saying that they're the perfect size for him for a fractional because it's a good amount of silver in a little coin. Now, the problem is finding these cheap because they generally aren't. This is just two examples and way over any kind of stack price when this one was 20. Now, he also mentioned war nickels, and you can get war nickels. I just bought this one today, actually. It's 43 Philadelphia. It's got the P over the dome. This one's worn, but 90 cents was under melt. This is a coin you can get under melt. You can get them all day. A while back, I bought a few other ones that were this one. I don't remember exactly when I bought it, but it's been a while. It's kind of worn. When they're worn, they kind of look like this. They start darkening up some and taking wear and tear on them. This even looks like it has a little glue or something. Hard telling. But every now and then you can get one that doesn't look quite as bad. This one's a little worn, but not horrible. You can see the clean mark lines going across it in a diagonal like this, and some up and down. But that happens to these things. Now, when you do get them and they're nicer, like this one, you can see details on this one quite well. And it wasn't really super expensive. I have a few more examples of them. Another 43p that doesn't look too bad. That's 42p. Doesn't look too bad either. Probably one of my best looking ones is probably this 45 S Mint one. Though it does have toning on it. It's not really worn very much to speak of, if any, hardly. In fact, you can kind of see some lines on the steps. It does have a few toning spots on it, but that happens to them. Now, he also mentioned stuff about these. Little 5-cent coin here. $1916. Just got this one today too. I thought it was kind of neat. Now, oftentimes when you get those, if they're loose, it'll be because they've got a lot of wear on them like this one does. This one's a 10-cent one. Then he mentioned barber coins. You don't really like to buy them because they're kind of hard to find if any kind of details left on them. I have a few examples here that are a little bit higher grade ones, with this one being a fine dime. And then this 1909 it's very fine details on it. It's probably being cleaned or something. And you can see the old mint there mark. You can see there's a lot of detail left on the barber dime here. I have a few quarters that aren't in super bad shape. It's kind of hard to find the half dollars, so this one says very good plus. You can see this teeth around the rim. You can see a lot of details left on it and the teeth around that rim. But you can't get these at any kind of price that would be like, we're just getting a stack type coin here. This one's probably been cleaned some, but it has a lot of good details left on the coin. More of the details left on it than quite a few of these do. Now getting the half dollars, this is probably one of the better half dollar ones I have. It's starting to lose the little spokes to where they're all in a solid line, but the rim on this one's solid all the way around, both the front and back. It's an S-mint. Has decent details left on it. Now I swear I had another one of them sitting over here. Where is it? Anyway, we'll go on to the other topic. While this stuff is fractional, and if you can get it cheap enough, fractional is nice because in a barter type system, somebody might take one of these for a small item. Now if you go up and you have half dollars, well, that's not, it's too much to buy a lot of stuff and too little to buy large things. But he also mentioned about quarters. You don't really like quarters very much because it's just an odd amount of silver in it, being that it's ASW's 0.18 something. Doesn't divide out quite the same way. But one thing that I've heard said many times is that a silver quarter like this, the value of the silver that has always been enough to buy a gallon of gasoline, which is an interesting thing. I don't know how true it always is, or if it's been true all this time or not, but that's what some people have said. So keep that in mind if you've got quarters, that this can buy a gallon of gas. I wouldn't use this one though. This one's a little bit of premium. Anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. That silver for bartering, you're going to want stuff like this if they don't want to take cash and they're willing to trade. So I don't know, you go somewhere and a guy tells you, yeah, you got one of these and a couple quarters. So you got a couple of them. He said, I'll sell you a pizza for those. Now, not these two, of course. They're a little bit too nice. You'd want just stuff like this. I mean, if you're hungry and someone says, I'll take 3 quarters and you can have this large pizza for you and your family, and you got lots of these, it'd be something to do. Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here and hope that everyone has a good night, and see you next time.